front of McGill.
Cunningham has completed his last 6 passes, and the Eagles with a first down on the Packer 43. 42 seconds remain. Randall downfield incomplete, and he threw it away just before he was caught from behind. Jurkovich and Wilkins were chasing him.
Yeah, well, Reggie White just blew up the middle. They tried to double him. They'll start right here with Lester Holmes, muscle on muscle. He'll take that and get rid of it, and then he's going to get help again from the back, Josephs, and then he just runs right through him. And he collapses that pocket, and that forces the bad throw. So even sometimes when Reggie's not making the play, he's making the play.
2nd and 10. 35 seconds remaining. Cunningham going for Bailey. Out of bounds. Victor Bailey, defensed by Lenny McGill.
Nice play by McGill, rookie. That's a nice challenge. They got to go with Bailey. Now the difference this year as opposed to previous years, there's no face guarding. So you just go and you run. You don't have to turn your head back. You know, when the receiver turns and his eyes get big, then you know the ball's coming and you make the play. And you saw where Bailey's foot came down out of bounds.
Undrafted rookie from Arizona State. I'll tell you, some of the Packers secondary and a weakened group back there are playing well today, including McGill. It'll be 3rd down and 10 with 29 seconds remaining in the half. Cunningham gets hit as he lets go of the ball. Reggie White got in there in a hurry. And he's going to help his teammate up, Gilbert Brown.
Yeah. Not only is he beating up their offense, he's beating his own guys up. Watch him come off on Leonard. Now, he jumps right over him. See, now that stuff you can't ever teach. I mean, that's just pure instinct. You talk about instinct with runners. You talk about instinct with the guy in the open field. But that stuff there, it's not like the defensive line coach says, hey, when this guy touches, jump over him. You just can't do that.
That's why he was named to the all-defensive team for the 75th anniversary. 4th down and 10. Cunningham chased by White, and his pass is caught by Williams inside the 10. Timeout, Philadelphia.
Hey, what a blast this one is. Hey, we're seeing great defense. Reggie White just abusing people up front. And then you see the greatness of Randall Cunningham, what he can do. Randall Cunningham can be the best quarterback in the National Football League, and he can also be the worst. This is an example of when he's the best. Watch White. They'll try to double him. Now he'll get outside and buy time. Now once he's out there, he sees where he wants to go. Spread the field. Throw the ball up, and Calvin Williams comes down with a huge catch.
That's the first catch of the game by Calvin Williams for 34 yards.
See him motioning there? He wants him to get settled in the zone. And then I want you to watch something at the end. Now this is a great throw. Watch Herschel Walker. Now, look for the block. Now he's down. Now the hands go right up. Timeout.
You got to be a heady player to think of the clock, and both Walker and Williams did there. 1st and goal at the 9.
I'd say he's a little bit excited right there, huh?
And who can blame him? Cunningham did a great job getting away from his former teammate. It is 1st and goal at the 9 with 12 seconds to go. 2 tight ends for the Eagles. He's got time. Cunningham overthrows Maurice Johnson, who was well covered in the end zone, and again pressure on Cunningham.
Yeah, this time Steve McMichael breaks through, gets his hands up and forces the bad throw. Yeah, McMichael, old Ming as they call him, still loves to play the game and still can play it well. See him breaking up underneath, right through, just using pure power. Gets up in his space and forces the bad throw.
Hey, Randall doesn't mind taking the hit, that's for sure. He has stayed in there all day against terrific pressure by the Packers, and the Eagles will use up their 2nd timeout.
You can see McMichael. He came into the league, and long hair was in fashion, and he stayed so long that it came back in fashion.
And someday those uniforms may come back into fashion.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll tell you what, Steve McMichael, he's not lost his desire or his love for the game. And the other thing is he still trains like a maniac. I was up in training camp to watch him in Green Bay. The guy gets in the weight room after two-a-days. He throws on 475 and does it for 3. I mean, after you're lifting that long, all those years, your shoulders start to ache, your arms start to hurt, your elbows start to hurt. He just ignores it and keeps on going.
And Michael, a former Bear, now at the Packers, unthinkable years ago. By the way, you saw Reggie White help Gilbert Brown up before. He has a bruised knee. That's the story on Brown. It'll be a 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line, and maybe one more play for the Eagles. They could probably get 3 easily here, at least get on the scoreboard before the half is over. But they're going to try and go for it now. Cunningham's pass knocked away, and a fine play that time by Evans on the pass up the middle.
Tell you what, we're seeing great offense and we're seeing great defense. Cunningham sets quick, that 3 seconds. Now watch Evans work the ball. See that? Keeps his top side on Walker, comes back inside and knocks it away.
Evans making his 2nd start for Roland Mitchell, who had neck surgery. So the kicking unit is in. Eddie Murray, who is 6 for 6 this year. A 27-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So Murray has now made good on 17 consecutive field goals, and with no time remaining, the half is over. The Philadelphia Eagles score after taking advantage of that turnover, and that's the end of the first half. Packers lead the Eagles 7-3. Stay tuned for the Doctors halftime as Fox NFL Sunday continues after these messages from your local station.
All right, and welcome to Doctors Halftime. James Brown along with Terry Bradshaw in Philadelphia. They are at the half, and the Packers are the only team to score right there. Reggie White coming back in a Packers uniform, but Brett Favre got lucky here, Terry.
It's a nice job by Favre stepping up, but Carson, defensive coordinator of the Eagles, said there's no way the wide receivers will beat us. They'll have to do it with the backs and the tight end. 37-yard reception by a running back, Cobb, out of the backfield for the Packers. Excellent job by Favre stepping up, peripheral vision, saw Cobb in the left side, and got him the football.
Favre has got to have another weapon other than Sterling Sharp.
Yeah, I've said this, and I'll say it time and time again. I love Brett Favre. I love the concept that Mike Holmgren has for the Green Bay Packers. But when he has developed tunnel vision. He is constantly looking for Sterling Sharp. He throws an interception later on in the 2nd quarter, but all he had to do was look earlier, look in the left side. There was a man wide open, but he tried to squeeze it in to Sterling Sharp. Once you get 2 receivers you can trust, then all of a sudden you become more a complete quarterback. You spread your eyes around the whole football field.
Okay, and a late field goal right now, updating that score. The Packers lead it by the score of 7-3. All right, bringing you up to date on the rest of the scores around the National Football League. The Vikings under Denny Green 4-0 against the Bears. Take a look at the referees.
Golfers.
Uniforms.
Golfers. I knew they were golfers. Play action. McDaniel, 64, out in the flat. A guard in the backfield. Oh, say it ain't so. Maurice Douglas right there. Moon threw it off his back foot. Bad play. Now, hand off to Terry Allen. Beautiful job here. 12-yard TD run. Don't forget, 2 years ago, this man rushed for over 1,200 yards.
And looked good on that 12-yard run there, and the score there, of course, 10-0 at halftime. New Orleans and Tampa Bay. New Orleans trying to keep from going 0-3 for the first time since 1980. Right now, leading that one 9-7. Greg Erickson has done a good job here.
Excellent job. This must be their oldies but goodies uniform. Same ones I've always seen. Play action, flow away. Everybody went to the right. Harris, he came across to the left. And a nice job by young Erickson, who is really developing into quite an NFL quarterback.
And as far as you're concerned, as long as he's playing, keep the high-priced rookie on the bench.
Well, I don't know. If he's a high-priced rookie on the bench, think about all the money young Craig can make. See?
Oh, boy, you're changing up on me right now. Boy, I knew Terry would do that. Let me bring you some other scores. Again, the Saints lead there at 9-7. Other scores that pass along to you. Cardinals have yet to score. Buddy Ball doing the job defensively, but not offensively. Hey, that guy can do it on
That guy can do it. They need him. Testaverde, 4 interceptions last week. He said, it was no fluke. I can show you I can do it again. Ha-ha. Aeneas Williams right there picks off the first one. Jim McMahon, he comes in. Berline, he doesn't even make the trip. They put him on the active roster. And then Antonio Langan, don't forget, this guy is a great defensive back out of the University of Alabama. He picks off McMahon. Buddy only cares about defense, and he loves guys that have played for him before. But McMahon is a backup, not in a starting role. And for the life of me, can I understand not bringing Berline
Quickly,
along.
what should Buddy do offensively then?
Well, leave it alone.
Oh, my
leave it
goodness.
alone, my God. Leave it alone. Bring Berline back.
Sounds like a simple response. All right, let's move along the rest of the way. We see the Cardinals have yet to score. Again, that's at halftime. The Jets and Miami. Miami leading that one 14-0. The Jets have won 5 of the last 6 in that contest there. Buffalo and Houston. Steve Christie, 3 field goals accounts for the difference. The Oilers have yet to score. Indianapolis and Pittsburgh. Barry Foster, 16 carries, 100 yards in the first half. And the updated score there, the Steelers lead it by a field goal. New England and Cincinnati. That game taking place in Cincinnati, and they're all tied at 13 apiece. Marion Butts, 3 touchdown runs in 2 games, a 3-yarder here. Back with more in a bit.
Back at Veterans Stadium, where the Green Bay Packers lead the Philadelphia Eagles at the half, 7-3. And this first half highlight is brought to you by MCI Proof Positive, the only touchdown in the game.
Yeah, the interesting thing here is watching William Thomas, 51. Now, once Favre comes up, that forces him back inside, which clears Cobb out in the flat. And then you'll watch Cobb as he tries to set up Eric Allen. He'll break back inside to give himself room to the outside, and then a poor job of tackling by Allen and a great job of running by Reggie Cobb.
I don't understand it, Matt. Scoring is up in the league. I'm working with a defensive player, and all we're getting is good defensive games in the first couple of weeks of the year.
Well, I think it's been well played on both sides of the football. You're getting Reggie White getting pressure, and Eric Allen making some nice play. The passes defensed, and then you're getting pressure on both sides. I think you're getting good defensive play on both sides.
Pretty even game. You look at the halftime statistics, that's about as even as you'll find for halftime numbers, including time of possession and total yardage, first downs, and so forth. And the turnovers, both teams have capitalized on their turnovers.
Speaking of Mike Holmgren yesterday and speaking for his defense, he said, you know, Randall Cunningham has had success outside of the pocket. And that's what we want to try to prevent him from doing. We want to keep him in the pocket and throw from inside. And on the other side, Richie Kotite knows that and says, look, what we're going to try to do is try to throw on quick rhythm from inside the pocket.
Give y'all my flag.
Pittsburgher will kick off. It'll be a while before Cunningham will get his hands on the ball. The Packers will get the ball first. Corey Harris and Marcus Wilson are back deep for the Packers. Kick will go out of bounds.
That's the best return you could get.
Yeah, great field position for Green Bay coming up.
See, Brett Favre today, they talked about throwing the ball downfield, but the majority of this offense is 0 to 5. You can see 8 out of 13 under 5 yards. Now, when we say under 5, that's where they're breaking the pattern off, not where they end. And then 4 to 6, he's gone deep 3 times. This is important. This is an important stat to try to force it deep to open up the intermediate game.
And the Packers and Favre will start out on their 40-yard line after the kick went out of bounds. Reggie Cobb is the lone running back. 2 tight ends for the Packers, and they're going to run the ball. Fumble. The Eagles have it. And it's Michael Zordich with his second turnover pickup of the game.
Now you wonder why a safety is in the backfield that fast. Well, it's because they're very aggressive. They're playing to the line of scrimmage, and he comes flying up. Zordich, the Penn State safety, just comes through. Now watch the head right on the ball, right there. That's William Fuller. Fuller's coming back inside because of a stunt they'd run. And now here comes Zordich. 2 bounces, and he rumbles and stumbles, but they got the ball.
Why'd you mention Penn State?
It just kind of slipped out. Probably because they're doing so well. This could be Kajana Carter right here, running with the football.
Good recruiting. You're doing a good job today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Antiques in recruiting for Penn State. First down, Randall Cunningham spins around, and he finds James Joseph, but so do the Packers find Joseph. And a loss thanks to Reggie White's aggressive play.
And a nice play by Bryce Pop. You know, it's funny. Bryce Pop is like the Edgar Bennett of the defense for the Green Bay Packers. When you put the tapes on with him, this guy always shows up. He's always seems to be making a play. He's got great instincts. He's out there, and he understands where everybody else is, knows where his help comes from, and he knows what he has to do to make his job get done well.
Third down and 13 from the Packer 30. Second down and 13. Pass up the middle. Inside the 25 to Joseph, who's hit immediately by Fred Strickland. Pop also involved on the play.
Well, you know what surfaces more now with Cunningham is patience. And he is